of the lot. He has seen off the next great darting superstar. The hour is with the power.
We're surrounded by tungsten particles.
The cream of the darting establishment. He's in. It's on. It is on. Absolute pure theatre.
My goodness! Oh, come on!
Double 18 for a 9-darter for the power.
Never in doubt!
I've always wanted to do this. Dublin, are you ready to rock?
You wouldn't like it when he's angry. He fancies a bogey, you Barney. Magnificent Michael Van Gerwen, who raises the roof.
This is ludicrous.
Good evening. The darting odyssey starts here. 15 weeks of competition, over £500,000 in prize money, the greatest players on planet darts, and quite simply the best crowd in sports. Welcome to the Odyssey Arena here in Belfast.
And here we go. Welcome to the hottest ticket in sport. This is Belfast! The prize Premier League dart, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation and live on Sky Sports HD. Let's meet the players then, ladies and gentlemen. He is the reigning European champion. Please welcome the Wizard, Simon. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the two-time back-to-back winner and champion of the world,
You like watching the darts with your smartphone in your hand or your tablet, then why do you get involved? Twitter, @Sky Sports Darts, includes exclusive behind-the-scenes footage we put on there for you. And to enhance your viewing experience, why don't you try Z-Box, our Z-Box app, stats, other features. It's Australia against England, your commentators, Rod Studd and Rod Harrington.
Oh, thank you, Dave. Yes, what a game this could be. Adrian Lewis, that man there, the last game in the World Cup last Sunday night was absolutely unbelievable. But up until then, it weren't too good. and he's up against one of the most consistent men on the circuit for the last 2 or 3 years, the Aussie Simon Whitlock. And really, Rod, do you think the game is all about what Lewis turns up?
I do, Rod, yeah. For much of that World Cup he played like a drain, didn't he? And then at the end he played like a dream. If he plays like he did in that last match against Scotty Hybrex, then he'll win, Lewis. If he plays like he did in some of the other matches, then Whitlock will win. He's more consistent, Simon Whitlock, but he hasn't got that turbocharged gear that Lewis has, who could average 105, 106, 108. Whitlock's more your high 90s man. And he did beat Adrian Lewis twice in the league last year, 8-4 and 8-6.
Now we'll have to say, Adi, not the best of years in his career was last year. Well, he was the reigning champion last year. And certainly he's got to step it up if he wants to stay really in that elite. He's got a lot to do this year, but this man seems to just plod along. If you make mistakes, he makes you pay for them. And really, this first game in this Premier League here in Belfast, it is all about mistakes and what mistakes you don't make, as Barney and Wade have proven.
You said it was all about Lewis, and with Lewis it's all about his first dart. The Aussie fans in, supporting the Wizard. And so far Lewis hasn't got that first dart right at all. In fact, he hasn't hit treble 20 in half a dozen darts.
60.
He's got to get that first dart right, Ron, hasn't he?
He has. If he misses, it's got to be above, although sometimes that's a little bit too high, but that's the perfect one.
100.
You would expect a 140 from there, from 80. But it is, if he starts to get that first dart low, then he's got to switch, or he tries to force a dart through the flights of another one. But at the moment, Whitlock is not punishing him for it.
Tongue-topping average from Raymond van Barneveld in his win over Gary Anderson, who wins 2. For Thornton and Wade, who haven't even seen the greatest of them all, Phil Taylor. And the man of the moment, MVG.
58.
Yeah, they're on next after Lewis and Whitlock. Left 170. Has that ever happened before?
Well, he seems to like this 170, taking it out more times than anybody else, but the second dart
81.
was hardly on the same dartboard by his standards. But Lewis, miles away, is going to have to hit a big score. Whitlock will come back with perhaps one dart at the bullseye.
140.
And now, perhaps he's got to get that bullseye.
Well, double 5 it is. It's there, Simon Whitlock goes out on 89. You're right, Rod. The single would have left the ball, but he had bigger and better ideas, didn't he? Just as Lewis has now.
Well, the first maximum on the board for Lewis on that third dart was the Lewis of old, you know, that controlled ability that he just has, and I call him just flicking them in, and that's exactly what Adrian did there.
97.
Such a delight when he's on that form, and dare we say it, the first maximum towards the 9-darter. Predicted 3 9-darters this year in the Premier League, Rodders, and the way the standard is and the way the 9-darters are being all over the place, you've got to fancy it.
What, tonight? Well, Van Gerwen always had 2 in one match, 2 in 2 legs, Rodney. Anything is possible.
You're right there, anything is possible. You never know with Van Gerwen and Taylor. We know Taylor's on
60.
form. Van Gerwen's been having a great 12, 14 months, so we're expecting fireworks in the final game of this evening, coming up shortly.
140.
At the moment, Lewis in control of this second leg. 9 darts thrown and on 81, so you would expect him to wrap up this second leg, just get himself comfortable, take the double out, just settles you down. And we won't go the bullseye route. Well, double 16 now though.
65.
Whitlock nowhere to be seen. Hasn't even entered the same postcode as Adrian Lewis yet in this leg.
100.
Still hasn't.
Adrian Aguirre 16.
So surely the champ will level. before.
Here's on the second leg.
Boss the leg. 1-all.
Third leg is Simon to throw first. Game on.
Pretty comfortable 14-dart leg for Lewis. It's all about holding your throw. Don't give your throw away easy. Your opponent's going to have to break your throw, make him do it with a 12-dart leg. And Lewis starting to get the dart that goes in the treble right in the top, right up by that top wire, which is a great sign for Lewis. Always fancy him to follow it up, and it sits in the right place. And the same with Whitlock. That's a perfect first dart for him. And Whitlock sometimes likes to put a little bit of extra power on the third or second or third dart just to smash it into the one already sitting in the treble.
Coming up next, a repeat of that brilliant World Championship final between Phil Taylor, 16 times world champ, and Michael van Gerwen. The man every pundit will say is a future world champ.
No question. Possibly more than one.
Perhaps not more than 16 though. The great man's record may stand the test of time. Lewis looking for his second maximum of the match, possibly the most natural maximum hitter in the world of darts.
And what's impressive about Adi in the last two legs, he's starting to get his scoring power going, but it's the rhythm, it's the pace of his throw. He's not rushing anything, especially the third dart. He's keeping it the same pace. And to break the throw.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I was about to say 60 was what he couldn't take out to knock Michael van Gerwen out of the World Championship, but he went big 20 and blocked himself. I wonder, he didn't want to go too high to block it, he went too low. Lost it. 16 for double 16 to make Lewis pay for the cardinal darting sin.
Unbelievable. That's what you've got to do. Your opponent makes a mistake, you absolutely punish him. And will that affect Adi? I mean, that is, we say about don't miss big numbers, don't do this, don't do that. And he possibly thought, well, I don't want to throw it too high, like you say, to block the double top. But you don't hit the treble from there. And it just shows you all the professionals, they do have the odd flaw.
58.
And it just shows you that even the two-time world champ can make the same mistake that you or I would make down the local boozer. That's the great thing about darts. I don't think I even hit the treble.
Well, there's 10 between the averages, and Whitlock is behind, but 2-1 up. So a lot for Adi to do to get this back now. Will that affect him? I mean, if you're going to... anything you hit with the 60 is double top. You don't hit the treble 20. You know, you either throw it too high and it goes in double top, but
60
to hit the treble, it's kind of upset his rhythm a little bit as well.
He was picking an argument with anyone who will listen. Possibly that treble 20. Whitlock just has hardly scored at all, and he's yet to register a visit of 140 plus. Tell you, Rod, you don't win many darts matches at this level. You can't stack some digits up in that column, that 140 column.
You're exactly right. In Borenveld, that was one area where he absolutely hammered Gary Anderson on the 140 count. And Lewis, well, he's going to get 6 darts from 156 to level it up.
156.
And if he doesn't take it, just setting it up. You don't need to take it out. They're 2 unlucky darts, and now 60. A chance for Whitlock. A 140 would really put the pressure on.
He's obviously finding it an interesting conversation.